Hey everybody, this is Linares with the Sam via ArTeam. Now, as you know, we're a company that cares about finishing hair, and we've created a bunch of tools for you that are designed to help make your life easier. One of them is our 9-row finishing brush. Often neglected, sometimes misunderstood, this is an amazing tool that can help you have better control over your root area on any length hair, or to put polish and shine on hair in general. We're going to look at a couple different scenarios where this can really help you out. One of the times that I use the 9-row finishing brush the most is when working with short haircuts, especially my bobs, in this delicate area under the occipital bone where we really want to see a collapsing of volume instead of a gaining of volume. I used to use a small round brush to try and get under this, but even the shortest hair, as I wind this up to get tension on it, you can see that the perimeter is really having to travel a long way to make it to that tension to get that polish and shine. When I get done, I'm going to have something that's kind of pulling off the head a little bit, and if it's not finished properly, something like this can actually throw the appearance of your entire haircut. So let's look at a better way that we can calm that down. So using our 9-row finishing brush, we're able to get underneath it just using the first couple of rows. So the action looks a little something like this, is that I'm going to stand kind of behind where I'm working, and I'm going to point at the section with my brush. And as I get underneath it with just the first couple rows, and then give it a little twist, you can see how it pulls a lot of tension on the hair, but also working in such a very small space of volume, because it really is just how it turns over the side of the brush. That's all the lift you're going to get. So as we begin to blow dry this, I'm going to work underneath and just gently rotating that section down, chasing behind it with my dryer. And as that hard core starts to heat up, it actually is a quarter turn. So I can work that in there and begin to put that first little bit of bend on the hair. You know, I might feel at the end of this that I need to go back with a round brush and put a little more polish on it, but I might not have to. Once I've got my root area contained, I can feel free to put a little bit more of the brush in there and exploit that hard rubber core. Again, I'm getting very little lift off the root area, but I'm putting a nice degree of polish on the bottom of that. So we're able to achieve a very low volume finish, but with plenty of shine and even a little bit of direction in the mid-strand, all from this one very simple brush. When we're working behind the chair and we want to create volume, a lot of times we go to round brushes for that. And we know that the size of the round brush that we choose is going to determine how much volume that we get off the crown. The smaller the brush is, the quicker the turn the hair is going to make around the brush, thereby giving us better lift off of the crown. A 9-row styling brush works the same way. Depending on which bristles we use to pick up the hair, a short turn will be created. Allow me to demonstrate. So using just the first 2 rows, we pick up the hair, and you can see captured right there within those bristles, the hair is actually being folded over. And it's something akin to peeling a ribbon. So if I fold that over, carry it off with heat, it's going to give me a sharper turn all the way down and a little more lift off the crown. If I take the entire brush and hook it at the end of the bristles, you can still see the quick turn being created inside the brush, but we can also see the distance that the hair has to travel before that change is being affected. So the closer we can get to the root, i.e. the smaller brush, the better volume we're going to get coming off of the crown. It looks something like this. Right there in the first couple rows of bristles, it creates a very quick turn and allows us to really create a lot of lift right off the scalp. What's advantageous about this is that we're getting total control over the root area, and we're not really working our shoulders as hard as we would if we were doing it with a round brush. A nice big lift off the crown, and you can almost see that little bend just where it began right there. Now, if I wanted to stretch that out a little bit, or if I was working with longer hair and wanted to put nice polish and shine all the way down and just generate some tension for shine, then I could hook it at the end and really begin to work that all the way down. These brushes are amazing for finishing hair. And a lot of times we just don't use them enough. And you can see now that the amount of volume we're creating is somewhat relaxed as it's really being traveled down the head form that way. Remember friends, no brush is made without a purpose, and our 9-row finishing brush can be very helpful to you behind the chair. Ours has a sustainable bamboo handle and an extremely rigid rubber core that doesn't get slack when you're putting a lot of heat on it. Generates its own heat and will help you polish that hair from the inside out. Thanks for being with us today. We hope you picked up something from that segment that you can use in your own world of hair. I'm Jesse Linares with the Sam Via Art Team.